Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Z James. This is Z32 Workshop, and this over here is my Nissan 300ZX, but beside it is also my 1992 Dodge Stealth RT that I am trying to get back and make roadworthy. It was a great project car, or is a great project car. Last video, you saw us get the fuel tank out. When I say us, I mean like the we us type of thing. So, got the fuel tank out. Inspected it, pulled the fuel hanger out, which is in pretty good shape in my opinion. The tank itself was shot, it had a rust hole through it, and later on it split, the seam split, so it's the scrapyard. Had to source a new one, or new to me, because new ones are like $1,000 for the naturally aspirated ones, which is weird to me, but that would get you a fuel hanger and tank. This is a low dollar project for me. Not going to spend that type of money on it, especially when I don't know the condition of anything else to do that cost. Which is part of the reason why I got the car so cheap to begin with, because I'm assuming someone else has already priced it out and realized, ooh, that's cost prohibitive. So, in the meantime, since I got that, this has been probably a week or two on my end, to locate a fuel tank local here to me. By the way, I'm in Iowa. 3000 GTs and Dodge Stealths do not grow on trees around here. This is not East Coast or West Coast. I had to take a little bit of time to find stuff. In fact, one of the fuel tanks I went after was 2.5 hours away, and I couldn't get out of the car. It was so rusted in, which is probably a good thing. I couldn't get it out. It was actually just inside Minnesota. Wasn't going to work. And then last weekend, I ended up sourcing one on a whim, super late at night. I'm talking like I was watching a football game at the bar with my wife. Craigslist score something dirt cheap, like $40 for a fuel tank out of a parts car. Ran down, got it. That was like a midnight run to get a parts. Crazy story. Maybe I'll tell it sometime. The other one I actually sourced from a salvage yard, which I could not get local. It was all to me. I had to go all the way up to Wisconsin to go get it, and I made a nice trip out of it for me and my wife to go get apples, cheese curds, all the fun stuff you do in the fall up in Wisconsin, type of thing. So I now have two tanks. I will probably sell one of them after I get one in the car to see which one I'm going to use. We're going to take a look at them right now. The one I got down last week actually has a big dent in the bottom of it, which I was going to probably repair. I'll probably show you guys to do that. Which is going to basically, you pump up the tank. You don't want to go more than 5-10 psi to see if you get the air pressure pushed out. That's something later on. The other tank I got has what they call two dingers in it. It was at a salvage yard, so it got hit via two when they were moving it around the yard. It got removed. The exterior of it looks much better, but the fuel I just pulled out of it, because I didn't want to have that on film, looked horrible. I'm really concerned the insides of this thing is shot. So we're going to find out which one of these two is the better one, and it's going to go into the Stealth for myself. Let's go take a look at it right now. Like I said, I scored two of these. The one without the fuel pump hanger, which is this guy here. This is a low dollar unit. Lowish dollar unit. Ooh, hopefully my shadow isn't too bad. Now the interiors, hopefully you can see any of that, is not bad. It needs to be power washed. Both these will get cleaned up. So this is the cheap dollar unit one I got on a late, like 10 midnight run. And this is the one I got out of a salvage yard. As you can see, much better shape. Comes with the fuel pump and hanger already in it. So if I needed to use it, I could. Now the issue with this guy here is, now this has been airing out for a few weeks. Come here, sucker. We're making a lot of noise. Come here. As you can see, it got dented pretty good. That's the big problem. So I would have to take the shield off and blow it up. And I probably will try and attempt to do this. I think this is a good tank for someone to use. Maybe just not me. Let's see if I can get this one up for you guys on this. Hang on. Sorry about the sun, guys. It's just time of the year. Now let's go over here. See if I can get you guys a little bit better view of this thing. This tank itself, actually, the easiest way to show them to you is these guys right here. Let's go right here with them. Is they got what they call a dinger. I'm gonna try pushing air into this and see if that pops out as well, along with that one. That one's not too bad. That one's a little more concerning. Nowhere as deep as the one on that tank, but I'm gonna pull this one apart, power wash both these to get them cleaned up as well as possible, see which one's the better of the two. I'm leaning towards that guy very much right now, at least on the exterior. I haven't seen what the inside is yet because I gotta get the pump out and get all the other stuff. So hopefully this video is me cleaning and hopefully reinstalling into the car, because I'd really like to get this thing up and running before winter hits. So yeah, so the next video is going to be me just running around doing I won't say time warp, but that's pretty much it is, because it's power washing, pulling parts off, putting it in, all stuff you should be able to do. And if you have questions, hit me below. I'll tell you the tools I use to get stuff off. So all right, let's get going. Woo, woo, woo. Boom, off time warp, everybody. Ah, such disappointment. Good exterior. Look at that. Frickin'. Look at that. That is horrible. And I don't know if you can see this at all. Look at that on the inside of this thing. That is disgusting. So, even though this has got a bad exterior, we're going to go with this guy for stuff I see. Come up. You guys can see anything in there. So, unfortunately, the tank that looks rough on the outside is actually good on the inside. The one on the good on the outside is terrible on the inside. I will still probably try to clean this up. Maybe see if somebody else wants it. I just know what I want to use for my application. It just saddens me. So yeah, just saddens me when I see stuff like that. I mean, it's unfortunate. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, it's a 30-year-old car. No, the answer would have been just to buy a new tank or get one that's been redone. They would have been fine. That being said, low dollar, just meant to be a cruiser. Maybe someday I'll put the really expensive tank in. Just that I can make do. I'll have to blow the dent out. So yeah. Slow progress. This is probably a short video to you guys. Because now what I'm going to do is for that old tank, the one that's got the rusted inside, I am actually going to stick my air hose into it and let my air compressor bleed out at about 5 psi air pressure, slow, because it's got the ports open, to try to air it out so it gets all the fuel smell out of it. Because it is nasty, it's rotten, I need to be able to do it, and I got to be able to work on some stuff. That hanger being junk too just saddens me. But what can you do? It is what it is. I mean, there are aftermarket options. Guys are making stuff, which I applaud every one of those guys for doing it. That's amazing work. For the guy on the low end, like where I'm at, I'll say it's not an option. I don't know if the car will run. It's hard to throw money at it when at that dollar point at this point to get it to run. Maybe eventually. This is more of, hey, let's get it up and rolling, see what things look like. Yeah. So, like I said, I know it's just a lot of me talking and showing the tank and me doing time lapse on it. The other thing I still need to do is I gotta get the hose off the body of the car yet before I can put stuff up and blow stuff up. So maybe I'll still do it in this video. If not, I'll see you guys in the next one. Please like and subscribe. Any questions you have, hit me up below. Take care, guys. Bye.